What's going on, everybody? I'm TheJoshElkin, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm making chicken cordon bleu in the air fryer and an onion tart, courtesy of Bleu. Let's get on with the recipe.
Now, I originally set out to just make a chicken cordon bleu in the air fryer, but I thought, what else would go well with that? Then I remembered I had this onion tart one time made by Bleu, and it's kind of like a braised onion or caramelized onion pizza, but it's a little bit more refined than that. And I call it a pizza because the tart dough, the base of this thing, is made kind of just like pizza dough. The difference is I'm trying to make this as thin as possible so that it's crispy and it's crunchy. This recipe makes about 4 different tarts, but you can easily make 2 larger ones. Once the dough has come together, I'm going to just roll it out until it's smooth and then place it inside of a greased out pan and cover it with some plastic wrap. Now it's time to make the onions. Now, why do they call it caramelized onions? Is it because you're cooking down the onions, releasing the sugars, ultimately creating an onion caramel? Or is it because when you cook it down, it turns to the color of caramel? I guess in a situation like this where you're adding butter, oil, onions, and a little bit of sugar, it's going to be delicious. If you've never made caramelized onions before, this is certainly a treat. You can add it to this onion tart, or if you have anything left over, you can just spread it over a thick, crunchy piece of bread. Now the onion tart goes like this: dough, sauce, onions. And for the sauce, I'm using a little bit of creme fraiche. I realize that creme fraiche is not readily available at every single supermarket, so if you wanted to use a substitute, you can easily use sour cream. Once the onions have caramelized, I'm going to add a little bit more flavor, so I'm going to sprinkle in some fresh thyme. Now, thyme goes well with onions. If you've ever had French onion soup, it's the same sort of flavor profile. To build the tart, I'm going to roll out this dough super thin. I'm talking about as thin as possible without making it stick to the surface. Then I'm going to start by spreading out some of our creme fraiche, or if you can't find it, sour cream. Keep in mind, I seasoned the creme fraiche with some salt, pepper, and olive oil. It helps with the viscosity, which you probably wouldn't need if you use sour cream, but also I just like saying the word viscosity. Throw that bad boy in the oven, and it's time to make the chicken cordon bleu. Now, I'm taking a different approach with this chicken cordon bleu. Typically, you would pan fry it or deep fry it, and I'm going to make it in the air fryer. So for the wet dredge, I'm going to combine a little bit of mayonnaise and some Dijon mustard, and in the other bowl for the crispiness, I'm going to add some panko breadcrumbs. Then typically, for most cordon bleus, I'm going to flatten out this chicken breast. Oh yeah, don't forget about the onion tart. Look at this thing. Just going to add a little bit more fresh thyme and some lemon zest on top. Okay, back to the flattened out chicken. I'm going to add some slices of Swiss cheese and some smoked ham. That's the flavor profile, guys. Chicken, cheese, ham. Then before covering this in our Dijon mayonnaise and crispy panko breadcrumbs, I'm going to tightly roll it up. Now, just to make sure that this doesn't unravel inside the dredges, I'm going to secure it with some toothpicks. I'm using panko breadcrumbs because I am air frying it. Now, you got to be careful with that. I'm trying to get the ultimate crispiness, but not deep frying it. I'm actually not using any oil other than spraying some of it before adding it to the air fryer. This is going to help with the crispiness. Now, as I was making this, I'm thinking to myself, what am I going to put this on? Is it just going to be on a plate? Or should I make a cheese sauce? Should I make a Dijon mustard infused cheese sauce? Obviously, yes. Yes is the answer. Always make more cheese sauce. Always use more cheese. Well, that turned out awesome.
Chicken cordon bleu onion tart. This thing is magical. If you've never had cordon bleu before, let me explain to you the flavors, okay? Smoked ham on the inside, Swiss cheese on the inside. Then the chicken breast is coated in a Dijon mayonnaise mixture and then coated in panko breadcrumbs and then popped in the air fryer. There's crunchiness, there's savoriness, there's smokiness. It's amazing. Now moving on to the onion tart, which is pretty much a caramelized onion pizza. Thin crust, topped with a creme fraiche and Greek yogurt mixture, topped with caramelized onions and thyme with a little bit of lemon zest. If you guys want to take your taste buds on a journey to deliciousness, then check out the link in the description down below to hit up recipechampions.com to then see both these recipes. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you on the next one.